Hey guys, before the episode starts, I just want to give some context that the beginning of this discussion is talking about the end of the last discussion in the previous episode. So I just wanted to make that clear. If you wanted to fully understand the context of this first part of the conversation that I have with this guy, then go listen to the past episode, and this will make more sense. I also want to give a sensitive topic warning. We talk about unaliving and just some a little bit more intense stories. So I just wanted to give that warning. I want people to know that you can talk about intense stuff. I think going forward with if somebody is to talk about intense stuff, I think I'm going to give people the warning there in the moment of, listen, if we're going to talk about intense stuff, I want everybody in the room to know that that's what's going to happen. You know, that's going to be hard to do, but we'll figure it out. Either way, sensitive topics are said, but it's a really good episode. I still think you should listen to it. There's only one person in this episode. I'm sure some of you are new to listening to this podcast. This is still kind of a new thing. So most podcast episodes are there multiple conversations in one episode, but sometimes I talk to someone for so long that they just get their own episode because it's like an hour. And this was one of those times. So, yeah. All right, I'm done talking. Enjoy the show. Do you want to sit? You want to sit like right here?
Okay.
How are you feeling right now?
Hammered.
Nice.
I'm sorry. I had to hold my tongue. I really had to hold my tongue. I've been there, done that with that last couple you had up here. I really had to hold my tongue.
I have too.
Been there, done that, bro.
I have too. But we have a choice, you know? We have a choice to express, what we desire. And when things don't work out, they don't work out, and it's up to us to recognize that before we think we're committing to something long term,
Oh.
So.
Like, this is the only thing I'm going to say about that whole thing. There's a lot of things I could say, but I saw
Speak
in
your mind.
the guy's bio that he's Hispanic. So am I. And when he started talking about his mom, that gave me PTSD because my mom was like that. And I had to fight tooth and nail to move out. They wanted me there. They wanted me infantilized. They wanted me dependent on them. And I kind of just had to move out in the middle of the night without saying a word to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I know he's got trouble ahead, because I know from firsthand experience, Hispanic families will try to sabotage you. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It might be controversial. Everyone's experience is different, but in my experience, Hispanic families are cults. Mine was a cult, and the person I was with was a cult. So he's had some fucking trouble brewing ahead, but I kept my mouth shut. I wanted to be respectful.
I mean,
fucking.
I've seen that in Hispanic. I don't know. I have dated people who are Hispanic, and I've seen that side of families and stuff. I see a lot of dependency. I see a lot of relying on people kind of against their will. And we're kind of in a new age where like that kind of culture is dissipating. I think if we I'll always be there for my family, sure, but if I can't, I can't, And Yeah, man, that's tough. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Dude,
But
it opened.
he sounded he
Oof.
did say something though that seemed like healthy, because like he was like, hey, he said to his mom like, hey, I'm making my own decisions, like this is what I want for myself, and it sounded like his mom was accepting of that, you know.
I promise you, she probably put on a face that said accepting, but deep down,
Yeah,
like
but we really don't know these people, you
we don't
know.
know. Right, we don't know, but it's just
You're speaking from
pattern
experience.
recognition.
Yeah,
Pattern recognition is a real thing.
sure.
You'll notice, and the shit that I went through, the shit that they did to sabotage my relationship. Oof.
Yeah, man.
Fuck, man. But anyways, fuck that shit. Like, yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that I was biting my tongue, because
No, speak your truth, man.
PTSD, bro. No, if anything, I don't want to. I don't want to talk about that. They're. Hold on, a friend just joined Discord. No, I'm talking to someone. I'm in VR. I'll stream it if you want.
You're gonna stream our podcast conversation?
Yeah, I got a friend that joined.
I gotcha. Is there anything on your mind that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, here, let me just, I'll talk about my job if anything. Fuck my life story, bro. I don't think my life story is that very important. So
My life story
I'd
isn't
rather
either.
talk.
There's not much there. It's very uneventful.
Yeah, no, if anything, so I work for I'm in Las Vegas, and I work for casinos,
Ooh.
right? And I do surveillance, and I've seen a lot of stuff in my time here. I moved here last year, and this job really exposes you to raw society. Like, you see the public, and then you also get to see like the lowest rung of
You see Vegas.
class.
Yeah.
Vegas, but it's not just limited to Vegas. You get to see something that is reoccurring, is the homeless. If you don't know, casinos,
I've been to Vegas.
they almost always. Yeah, Vegas is especially bad, but I've worked in casinos in 2 other states, in Illinois and Florida, and the same trope reappears, that like casinos constantly battle the homeless because they have like open bathrooms, and also it's a great area for opportunities of crime of opportunities, stealing tickets, stealing purses, stealing phones. So at some point, these people, they they get trespassed and whatnot. No, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass. No, I'm sorry, my friend's being.
Can I get your undivided attention? You deafen?
I'm sorry, my friend is like ruined this. Hold on.
Can you leave the VC
Right.
for a little bit, so I have your undivided attention?
Okay, sorry about that.
You're okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
So, where you're going with this? Are you like surveilling all this happening, and you kind of like report it? Like you
there's a lot of things that happen in a casino. There's people falling down. There's people trying to card count, all of that. But the shit that strikes me the most is the homeless, because like that could be you or me one day. Like, I like, all it takes is one financial emergency, and like seeing the state that some of these people are in, like drug addicted, mental illness. Like they'll some of them will fight our security guards until they're down on the ground, detained. Um, and it has shaped my view on politics, like to a degree. I'm wondering, like, like, why isn't crime punished in this country, where this guy gets in a fight with our security guard, we detain him, we call police and everything, and then like next week I see him again on our property and he's picking another fight. Like, why did they let him go? Like, so it's just shit like that. It really like shapes your
I wouldn't be
view
surprised
on
if like
life.
they just didn't have like the space to put him somewhere, you know? Like, yeah, we have like prisons and stuff, but that's money. That's money to take care of this person, you know? So they kind of just like throw him back out on the street, you know?
Yeah, like I mean, to a degree, yeah, especially in the cities. I know the cities are notorious for doing that. Also, I'm gonna cheers real quick to.
Here, cheers, brother. That's wild.
If you're wondering what I'm drinking, it's Canadian whiskey. Same thing,
Oh,
just
very
40%, but it's a mix. It's a mixed drink, so it's not too crazy.
I have a Coors Light.
Hell yeah!
So
But also, not just the homeless. Sometimes there are incidents that, like, really stick with you.
do you mind talking about some of those moments?
Um, sorry, I need a second. Oof.
You're okay. Take your time. Are you doing all right? Are you good?
Yeah, yeah. It's just this one was like, oof, it like you get desensitized to this stuff after a while, but like when you revisit it, it's rough.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I'm not like there's this one of the casinos I worked at in Vegas. It was a locals only, well, not locals only, but locals orientated casino, and I wasn't the one on duty when this happened, but uh, there was a guy who arrived on property. He parked in one of the parking lots. He took one of the elevators in the garage. Like straight up, he got out of his car, went straight to the elevator, and on the camera, you can see like there was no emotion on his face.
Mm-hmm.
And like the cameras weren't that good. They're analog. They're not like digital, some of them, but the analog camera, like it's close up in an elevator, you can see like someone's face, and you can see their, and this guy had nothing on there. And then like he got to the top floor, and literally it wasn't even 5 minutes before he walked to the elevator, got to the fifth floor, and then like he just jumped.
And you weren't there for this, but you like, did you see it?
I saw the coverage. Yeah, they saved the coverage. And like if I could describe it, like the angle was limited, but there was a camera that did catch him, and he fell on his back, like just flat, and he hit the ground and he bounced. And
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah. What goes through your head when you think back to that? If that's too tough of a thing, like, you don't have to answer that. If anything I ask you is too much, don't feel like you have to answer it.
I appreciate your boundary setting. I do. I'm good. It's just the first thing that goes through my head when I saw that is like, that could have been me. I'm I'm one of those people that has a hard time like seeing the positive in life, and like seeing this guy like no emotion on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, man. We saunter over like what made this person do that, you know, and it's like what is
right?
this
like
guy's life, you know?
Maybe he gambled himself into the ground. Maybe like divorce. I don't know, but that one hit me hard because like this was 2024. In 2023, I was coming off a bad year. So like seeing that, seeing how like it's possible for someone to do that, and like also being in the position where I've had thoughts like that. It's just a mental mindfuck in ways that I can't even describe in words. But it's just part of the job, right? Like up until now, I've been fine because like you get desensitized to it, and you just keep doing your job, and you keep putting the camera on people who keep fighting security, usually the homeless. But it's those few times where like incidents like that happen. It's like holy shit, this dude.
Yeah. This leads to you, I can only imagine that this leads to you starting to think about, it makes you sonder over other people's lives, and why they choose to do the things they do, So.
I mean, shit, yeah, like he had a car. I don't know. I don't know if he owned that car, but like I've also seen a dude OD in the bathroom. Like at least I've seen the coverage of him getting his body pulled out of the bathroom. It's like there's a lot of death that happens at casinos that is usually swept under the rug because they want to maintain a good image and whatnot. If there's like a saying once that like if people knew half of the shit that goes on at casinos, those casinos would lose their business pretty fucking quick.
How long have you been doing this like surveillance job?
Probably coming up on 3 years, but there were a lot of gap months, so maybe closer to 2 years. But I did a full 1 year stint recently with one of the local casinos, and right now I finally got my first job at the Strip. Like I just did the interview like yesterday. So
are you still doing surveillance stuff?
I have to. Yeah, I ended up getting a mortgage here in Vegas, and it's one of the highest interest rates you've ever seen. So I have no choice. I've sold my soul basically. So I'm gonna be here for a fucking minute because it's all I can do really. I can't study. I can't change career paths. I'm stuck doing this because it's what I chose. I didn't go to college, and this job I can do it pretty well, but the downside is sometimes I see some fucked up shit.
Some fucked up shit, yeah. If you talk to Outer Python over there, he's a 911 dispatcher, and he's over there by the mirror. Outer Python, yeah, he's over by the mirror. He's one of my best friends. And he was on the podcast too, and yeah, he's a 911 dispatcher, and he talks about the stress. He has to talk to them directly in their crisis, and I'm not saying this to bring up a comparison. I'm just saying you're not alone. You're not alone having to witness the burden of people's crisis and stuff. And I think if there's any window of opportunity to either be promoted or pick some other, make some kind of turn, whatever that looks like, because there's always, it doesn't seem like it, and I know this is like, I know this is easy for me to say, but like there's always like turning points for us that we can make if we keep our eyes open for the possibility to like change our path or grow in our career or whatever that looks like, but you're not alone, dude. Like,
I appreciate that.
I wish I had more to say, but like you know, and I'm fucking. I get this is all kind of cliche, but I'm fucking proud that like you're here still, and like working and like choosing to live, you know. Because you can easily, and it might not seem like it, but you get up, you go to work, and you do the things you need to do. You are like, whether you don't think so or not, or whether you think so or not, you're choosing to live right now, and that is good. Do you? Do you have like do you have friends around you, like locally? Like, do you have anybody like locally you can hang with, or?
Not really. No, I've lived a very isolated life. The most I have is like coworkers, like former coworkers who I keep in touch with sometimes, but it's rare. So like I live alone, and like I moved away from my family because like that was a choice for good reasons. So I kind of have to like face the reality if like I collapse tomorrow, some kind of medical emergency, like I'm pretty much on my own to kind of save myself because yeah. So but I try not to think about that. You talked about like I'm choosing to live. It's not that I'm choosing to live, it's more of like I'm too much of a coward to quit. Like there's a very real human instinct there that keeps us all alive, and that's why we're all here, right? Like so not to make this like fucking really dark, but shit, if we're talking about mental health, like there's a very real biological wired instinct that makes us, all of us, want to live and continue living and reproduce and self-sustain. And like as of right now, I abhor that for myself. like so, you know, so different perspectives without going into much more detail. But
sure, yeah,
dude,
I get it, man.
All you can do is just like go through the next day and slave away. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like,
I just. How old are you, brother?
I'm 1 year older than you. I'm 25, I think, unless your birthday was 2000.
No, it was 2001. Yeah, man. No, over the past, I'd say when I was like 23, you know, like for many years, I had that same like pessimistic thing. And I have my own struggles and stuff, and, you know, I have my own things that I've done and been through. And after a certain point, I was like, I'm fucking tired of choosing. I'm tired of like feeling this way, you know? And I think part of that is a little bit of like the acceptance of our circumstance and being like, yeah, this is where I am now, and I will always be where I am. But I know, like, if I am putting in my work to be in a healthy place, right, it will happen. It's the law of what is it? It's like the law of attraction. You know, it's like if I think about, you know, the efforts I put in to like be in healthier places, and I'm putting in the emotions to be in healthier places, then it will happen, you know. But I just got so tired of like sulking with my perspectives based on like my past. I got so fucking tired of it. You know, it felt like I wasn't behind the wheel. And yeah, there was just a turning point, man, and I was like, I'm fucking tired of this. And it honestly happened in like the shittiest job I ever had, you know, funny enough. And it was the highest paying job I ever had. And, you know, I had a kind of an abusive supervisor, you know, he just was not great. And
Hey,
I was like,
I just quit my job too because of a shitty fucking
dude, yeah.
shit. Yeah.
And now I'm growing in a cannabis company. You know, I'm making, you know, business visions, and I'm giving business suggestions to the owner of a cannabis company. Can I work? You know, I'm slowly growing in this company. You know, and I started a year ago. You know, January 5th I started that job, and it was scary. You know, because I had quit my job. You know, I made a risky move, and I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just giving you my side of it all, you know? Oh, God. Oh, I crashed. Did I fucking crash? Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, you're lagging.
I crashed. Yeah,
no,
I'm back.
Not. No, you didn't.
I'm here. Yeah, man. I got tired of sitting in my pessimisticness. I just got tired of it, and I was like, you know what?
I mean, don't get me.
Yeah, but with a job like that, that's fucking tough, you know, because yeah, you're desensitized. So now I guess it's like, how do I accept my circumstances with the job I have, you know, or how do I don't know, man. I can't speak this into my own experience, you know, because this is tough, dude. Does anything I'm saying like make sense? Does this resonate at all?
It does, and like I'll tell you what, like you may not believe me, but even despite my outlook, like believe it or not, I am making improvement on my personal health.
Good.
Not for the reasons of like, oh, I think life is worth living, but more so like, if I'm gonna be stuck here, I might as well make it a little more enjoyable. The recent example is like, I went on a diet. Whoop-de-doo.
Hell yeah.
I've lost 45 pounds so far in the last 3 months.
Fuck yeah,
like,
dude.
Finally, like, but it's not because it's the reason is not because like I value life and I want to stay here on Earth. Like, no, it's more like, damn, I should probably get that under control, huh? My shitty diet, right? So it's like weird. I'm a functioning pessimist. So that's what it comes down to, right? And here I am on a Thursday night drinking before I start working at this new job, right?
When do you have to go into work?
I don't know. All I know is I did the interview yesterday. They liked me, and I was able to get a job 1 week after
is this another surveillance job on the Strip? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
The last one I had was on Fremont Street, which is basically downtown Las Vegas.
Right.
It's different from the Strip.
I've been on the Strip.
And that was a whole...
I stayed at the Mirage.
You were talking about a shitty supervisor. The Mirage?
It's not there anymore.
I'm not familiar. Yeah, I was going to say I'm not familiar with that one. It's probably gone now.
It like just closed down like this year, I think. But where was it compared to everything? It had the volcano. It was the volcano one. Yeah, the big volcano
I know the
thing.
Tropicana got demolished.
I don't know what it was next to. But it was right in the middle of the Strip. It was like right there. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you were talking about shitty supervisors. Yeah, I quit my last job abruptly. Like, oof. To sum it up in short, like, there's a coworker who's kind of fucking with me. He's done this to other people, like 2 other people, like taking his breaks. Like if I start taking my breaks at 1:30 p.m. every day, like you would think, okay, that's his time. I'm gonna take my break at any other time. He started doing that, and my boss didn't want to do anything about that, so I went to HR and he retaliated. So he
would take breaks when you would take breaks.
Yes. You fuck with my schedule. It's supposed to be synergistic. You know when I'm going on breaks so that you can take your break at any other fucking point in the shift. And this guy is a mean old fucking like like he wears a fucking Trump hat and he doesn't fucking talk to me and he's like
Your boss or the guy that was
everyone.
like fucking your schedule up?
The coworker, yeah.
Well, that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Everything that I need to know. And my
imagine
boss,
what his life is like. You know, sonder over his life for a second, and ask yourself: would I rather have his life, or am I appreciative of mine for what it is compared to that? At least, you know. But I don't know, man. Comparison kills fucking joy. You know.
It does. The only reason I went to HR, he did this to like 2 other people, like just being a dick in his own way and fucking with breaks with at least 1 other person. But my boss, it was he fucking called off the whole day. And so I had no choice but to go to HR alone because I had no one else to cover the room. And my boss got mad at me. He found out I went to HR. Then he found dirt on me to fucking write me up 2 times. And I had no choice, basically. Like it's either that, walk on eggshells, or quit. So I fucking quit. But the silver lining is I got a different job. I got hired.
Is it higher paying?
Fucking God, It's only 75 cents lower paying, but I can live without 75 cents per hour. Yeah. It's fine. Like shit. Like it's a lot scarier when you have serious financial obligations. It must be nice to have to be splitting $900 a month of rent like you do.
Dude, yeah, I'm so grateful for that. Yeah. And then that's the other thing too, is like I gotta find, you know, where I'm like, what can I be grateful for? I'm very lucky. Mm-hmm. I'm a very lucky, privileged person for sure. But it doesn't mean I can't understand, you know, struggle. You know.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like I know you're aware and whatnot. Like it's just, I almost kind of regret getting this mortgage. But
can
at
I
the
ask
same
you something?
time, like if I didn't, go ahead.
If you could have a job, what would you want to do?
I'd be a singer, 100%. If I could be successful, I'd do karaoke. I like karaoke. It's the only thing that gives me self-confidence. I don't yet. I want to produce, but I haven't taken the steps yet to learn that. But what I do know is I've fine-tuned my vocals. I feel like I can hold my own pretty well. But it just comes down to the motivation to actually get it done. I got the vocals part. Now I got to actually learn the software part. And that's where I usually get stunted. So,
you know what was a big help for me in terms of like helping my mentality in terms of where I'm at now, and like, you know, like especially in my downtime, I guess, like finding stuff to do, especially being somebody chronically online. What helped me a lot was this podcast. Starting this is my hobby, you know. And it was tough to get in. It was tough to start because I'm like building a habit, you know. I'm building, you know, a schedule, you know, that only I have to keep myself bound to that. But fuck, dude, if I could like Jedi mind trick you right now, I would be like giving you you should really get this initiation to like start to produce stuff. I find that you will have more satisfaction in yourself, you know, in the things you do. What are your hobbies right now, if that's all right asking?
I've done karaoke a lot. I've slowed down on that a lot. So
you could even make karaoke clips.
Fun fact, I've tried that in 2022, and I think I just wasn't ready for criticism yet.
Do you think you're ready for criticism now?
maybe. Yeah, maybe. So I just have to give it another shot.
It's all perspective, dude. I've definitely gotten comments on my like podcast clips, and you know, they just are what they are. It'll just be something like, "This is bad," and I'm like, okay. There's no substance there.
Yeah.
There is
like
there is no hey, you could work on this. It's just, this is shit. Why would anyone watch this? And that's it. And you're like, you're just saying something to say something, you know. You're speaking words out to satisfy your mind because it's your initial thought. And to me, that means nothing. But if you go, hey, like, you could work on this a little bit better, that's constructive criticism. I take that a lot differently, you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah. The first comment I received was like, "This is not it, bro," and I was like,
"Yeah, but it's not it for that guy. It's not it for that guy, but it is for you."
Yeah. Yeah, that one hit me hard. It was at
you could do covers
period in my life. So
yeah, you could do covers of stuff. Do you know Johnny? Do you know
covers all the time, bro.
What was his name? Like TFM Johnny. That guy does covers. He makes his own music, and he's a VR chat guy. He's a VR chat content creator, and he makes music.
That's how I want to start. Is I've been doing covers, and that's how I built my
Novid Player. Novid Player is a DJ. Novid Player, he's another VR chat content creator. Shout out to the Novid Notes podcast. He talks to a bunch of community creators and like, you know, community leaders and stuff, avatar makers, you know, people making mods for anything VR chat, you know. And he was in a barbershop quartet. You know, he won awards. Shit. I think. Don't quote me on that. He was in like barbershop quartet stuff, you know, and he DJs in VR chat. He's a producer, you know. I don't know their lives, but I can't imagine they don't have struggles, you know. I know when Novid Player started his podcast, he lost his job. I know that much. I think. Also, don't quote me on that, but I think that's what happened. You know, but when like I started this podcast right after I had a whole intervention with a friend group, and they all kicked me out. You know, because I didn't talk to my ex or my friends for 10 days. And like, I got kicked out because of that. Years worth of friends lost because of that. You know? And I started this podcast, and guess what? I found amazing friends right after that. I found friends where I have no doubt that they're going to be friends in my life forever. And I found them in VR chat. You know? So like our connections we make don't have to be this like surface level thing, you know. They can blossom into something real despite our distances, you know. And then the other thing too is we can when we I feel like we are naturally like just creative like creatures, like we want to make things. And so dude, like I implore you, like I almost beg you, brother, like go start producing stuff, man, because you're never going to be satisfied when you start, and you're never going to be satisfied with like shitty comments and stuff. But like, why should you let the one first impressional thoughts of other people coming into your life that you've never met stop you from actually pursuing something that you want to pursue? You know, doesn't it kind of sound silly?
It does. It was probably some fucking teenager too.
Who cares?
It's like hindsight's 2020.
Who cares, man?
Yeah, I do. I will at some point. More than likely, I had to build the foundation to get to that point. Like work on my health first. So I'm in a good mental space, and then I'm hoping I can transition to those aspirational goals. What
I
better
think you
place
can do
than
both.
Vegas, right?
I think you can do both.
Where they have karaoke bars.
Because I wasn't in a good... I knew I had to work on stuff. I knew I had to get out of the house more, you know, when I started this. And I started this podcast. I started this podcast, and guess I was still able... I mean, it was warmer weather. Like, I'm not really getting out of the house right now because I live in Maine and it's cold and there's not much to do. But like, I'm visiting a buddy I met in VR chat on Saturday. You know, we're going to a bar. You know, but like, fuck. What's the point I was trying to make with all this? We can build hobbies and stuff and still like improve ourselves. You know.
Yeah. I hope one day it'll. when I'm confident enough, I'll start doing karaoke in real life. When I'm confident with my self-image.
You should join.
From there, I hope it will snowball.
Join a karaoke club. You know, see what karaoke clubs are around you. For maybe near like college campuses and stuff. People your age, people our age. You know, and like just see who's around, man. And like, you don't have to go and do karaoke right then and there. But I like. This is how we make friends, you know, like the more we go to events and stuff, the more likely we are to like meet people and get to know people, man. Okay, out of everything I've told you, and I know I'm just a random guy on the internet that you just met tonight, but like,
okay,
you like I think if you were to like find like a karaoke club, you know, like, yeah, around like some college or something, you know. People are like for young people, you know, like go find some people out in the real world, brother.
I'm working up the courage, bro. I'm working up.
You don't have to do karaoke. You just have to go. Just go and be there, you know.
I'm still working up the courage.
I know.
Bro. There's a.
You're never gonna
Fruit Loop.
You're never gonna be okay with it until you start going.
You're not wrong. It's just it's hard to breach your fucking comfort zone.
I agree.
And
I know this can't compare, but when I started doing podcast nights, I had a whole bunch of people right here, like just listening to me, waiting for me to ask people questions, you know, live on Twitch. And I was so stressed. You know, and obviously, I mean, there's not really any people here right now, but this is only the 6th night I've done this, you know, and I feel way more comfortable now. You know, our anxiety is quelled by action. You know, you can be, dude, you can be like, oh, I have to prepare to do this nerve-wracking thing, but that nervousness isn't going to go away until you actually go and do the thing. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I just maybe I'll get shit-faced and get a DUI on the way to the bar.
Don't do that. Let's not do that. Let's get a taxi or something. You know?
Shit.
Get a taxi and then play the slot machine thing in the taxi on the way there, and then tip the guy another $20. And then go spend $400 in the karaoke bar. Yeah.
But wait, before I do any of this, let me lose at least like 70 more pounds, bro. I need to be peak physique. I need to feel confident in myself.
But why?
You
can still go and build confidence, man.
I've had crippling, like, I fucking look myself in the mirror and I'm not happy. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, dude, I'm better off. I'd be better off looking like a skeleton dead than this shit, you know? Like,
yeah, I disagree.
The pivoting moment. The pivoting moment for me, it was like my last job. Like, this is a recent, like, kind of painful memory. And maybe I'm overthinking it, and I probably am. But, like, my last job didn't offer, like, a team dining room where the food is free for team members. So I had to get my food from Subway at a discount, and it's fine. And I remember I was walking back to my room, to the camera room or whatever, and I was going up the escalator, and there was a lady in front of me, like an Asian lady, and like I didn't think much of it, but then like as soon as I was behind her, and as soon as like we got on the escalator, she just starts walking up really fast, like and then like and I'm just standing still, and then she makes it up that one, and then goes up the second escalator. I'm going a different direction after the first escalator, but that like for some reason that really got to me. I'm like, am I that intimidating? Am I that like big and broad that like
Was she
this lady
tiny?
felt the need to fucking power walk? I mean, she was Asian, so
Well,
you know. But
I guess any man. I don't think she like. I think she's just in Las Vegas, and you know, some stranger
she's obviously
approached
like she's
behind her.
obviously a tourist.
Yeah,
She's obviously a tourist, but it fuck with me a lot because I'm like, that was like my first.
I think the
case
setting
of, like,
I think the setting of approaching someone from behind on an escalator and suddenly appearing to them or whatever is much different
like,
than
it's just
is much different than
a,
hanging out in like a karaoke bar.
what's fucking with me? I had a sandwich in my hand, bro. I had a fucking sandwich in my hand.
Okay.
I didn't pose a threat. It's like what the fuck? Like if someone's gonna fucking fuck with you, are they gonna have a sandwich in their hand? They're gonna pull some Ted Bundy bullshit where they pretend
I'm not gonna lie,
more vulnerable than they really are. Like
I'm not gonna lie, like just hold on, sorry, I'm adjusting. I have like a nose thing on my nose so I can breathe better. Sorry. I was adjusting that, sorry. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Shit. Fuck. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, okay, wait, yeah. When I was in Vegas, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was anxious most of the time. Cause like
that's all.
Cause like I was in like I was just in that's as far west as I've ever been. I went on my 21st birthday, and
okay.
You know, like I'm not really a gambler or anything, but you know, I did. But I don't know, man. I just know that Vegas is such a sketchy area that I was like, fuck, dude. Like, I was always fucking conscious about like getting robbed and shit. You know, I was like always worried about some NPC person coming up and trying to fuck with me. You know, I was just constantly anxious. So I can only imagine some foreigner in Vegas not knowing where they are, and some bigger dude comes up from behind with a sandwich in his hand. And I go, I don't know this person.
It's so weird though, because it was inside the casino, and like we have security and shit, and like there's people everywhere. So it just really
but she doesn't like know that.
Like, damn. So, but you know what?
You have a broader perspective.
You know
of
what they
this
say
than that person does.
That
I do think you're overthinking about it.
Maybe I am, but the fact of the matter, if anything, is that singular event caused me to overthink it and also like take action on a long-standing issue I've had for years, which was my weight. I had
what
to
I will
keep
say
it in check, and
I don't want this to discourage you. I think even if you do lose weight and the same scenario happens, that person is still gonna hop up the stairs and hurry.
Well, at least I know this time it wasn't my weight. Maybe it's my race. Maybe they think all Hispanics are criminals. So, like, at least it'll give me a different. It'll rule something out. It'll rule out that it's not my weight. Maybe it's my gender or my race, but it's not my weight this time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that will make me feel a lot better if it's something that I can't control. If it's because I'm a guy, or because I'm Hispanic, or because I'm a Hispanic guy, whatever, dude. Like, I get it, you know. So, like, that's a whole other fucking topic. But at least I can say that if it happens again, it wasn't my weight. No, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on that journey. I'm on. If you're wondering what the diet is, it's full keto. Full keto with a little bit of a caloric deficit. I fucking dropped so much so quick, and I love it.
You need to do that.
Can't complain.
All your weight's going to me,
really...
fucker.
Dude, it's so fucked up, like how fucking pig fed we are in American society.
Dude, we are.
All these starches and carbs, they fool you. You remember my plate when you were younger? My plate. Oh, the majority of your fucking food should be carbs first, and then vegetables, and then fruits, and then
Yeah, but that's because you're like a growing kid.
Carbs, though. Shit.
Yeah, okay,
it's like
yeah,
a rice
that's a good
sandwich
point.
from The Simpsons.
That's a good point.
They're just nothing but empty calories designed to be fast energy by the body. Once I did my research, I'm like, oh my god. All the Cheetos I've eaten, bro. All the fucking flaming hot Cheetos.
Dude, yeah.
I ate all the bags.
Do you know how much pizza I order? Just because it's convenient.
Oh.
I am 2 buildings down from like a sports bar pizza bar. It's so easy to just walk down and go grab. I'm in Mug Club there too. You know what that is?
No, not the pizza. Mug Club? No, I've never heard of it.
Mug Club. It's like a Scottish origin thing. It's like you know how in like some bars there's those mugs that are like hung up above it and they're numbered.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Mug Club. So you get assigned a numbered mug. And I go, oh, can you get me? Can I get a Coors Light in mug 26? And then they grab the mug and they fill it, and it's the same as like a pint, but it's like 2.5 pints instead.
God damn.
Or something like that. Whatever, however much a mug is, I don't know. So,
I will say though, I've never been to a bar IRL, like to there to drink. Never.
So,
but I'll get shit faced on VR chat.
Sure.
Shit.
Dude, I think you live an interesting life. You know, you inspire me a little bit. You know?
Do I?
Yeah. Because despite the faults that have been presented to you, despite the faults that have happened in you, you're still choosing to, regardless of how, you're still choosing to better yourself, right? And you can say all the pessimistic stuff you want, right? But at the end of the day, you're trying to help yourself, and that's good, and that's inspiring.
Fight you, Jake.
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
This
is pessimism versus this is pessimism. This is pessimism versus optimism right here.
You say one more goddamn thing about how I'm trying to improve my life, I'll tell you what, I'll get up from this chair. Don't make me get up from this chair.
And here's the other thing is, think about how many people in VR chat are just choosing to be bums. Not even in VR chat, but like that guy you met, that coworker, right? You can look at all that and be like, at least I am not doing nothing. You know, at least I am living. Despite how I feel about it, I'm living. I exist. You know?
Yeah, I guess you have a point.
You know what I mean?
I guess I'm not a 65-year-old Trumpy working
so the next time
a job when I should be retired.
The next time you see some, you know, boomer doomer guy who's like, oh, the Antichrist is coming or whatever, you know, you can be like, at least I am not that guy.
I guess you're right. Yeah, shit. You know, I guess I'm not, I guess I'm not that.
Yeah.
So far deep in the Kool-Aid that I can't, like, distinguish. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, man.
I'm holding my tongue because that's a whole rant.
Dude, rant away. I want to hear your thoughts, dude.
No, not when it comes to politics. No.
Nah.
You and I both know.
Yeah.
that's not podcast friendly material.
Yeah.
No.
That's fair.
That's what I was talking about. So, but everything else though, yeah, like shit, dude. I
will say this on politics though. The whole pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. is kind of a bullshit argument because it's the whole foundation of that is subjective. So no matter what, there will constantly be conflict. Now what in politics is pineapple on pizza? Just think about it. That's a rhetorical question, but just think about it.
Right. I have a friend who keeps fighting me on that. He's my only best friend. He loves rage baiting me by saying he's gonna order a pizza with pineapple on it. I'm like, dude, you're disrespecting the original flavor profile of what that dish was supposed to be.
One of my favorite types of pizzas has anchovies on it. I love anchovy pizza. Love it.
Anchovies? Shit,
yeah, but not everyone does.
I mean, I'm not gonna knock it yet till I try it.
Like an anchovy, black olive, mushroom sausage pizza. Maybe throw in some pepperoni in there. Probably not pineapples.
The anchovies on the pizza. Isn't it true? Like the bones are really mushy, and you can just bite through the whole fucking fish.
Yeah, yeah. The bones are so thin they just break apart. Anyways.
Yeah, I could probably get down with that. I haven't tried it yet, but shit, it's meat.
They're just really salty.
It's a lot better than fucking pineapple.
Anchovies just have a ton of salt in them, and that's pretty much it. But I don't know. I love the saltiness of it mixed in with the cheesy savory, And then a little mushroom, a little earthiness, with some black olive.
I fucking miss pizza, bro. I haven't had pizza in
we don't have to talk
long.
About this. We've gone on so many tangents. And I do want to circle back to you.
All right.
What else is on your mind, dude?
What else is on my mind?
If you can't think of anything, that's okay.
I think for the most part, if I could say anything else as a finisher when it comes to the shit that I've talked about, it's we want to talk about life. The way I ultimately see life for myself is that I didn't fucking ask to be born. Without going into too much detail because of legal reasons, my birth here in the USA was a planned thing. And when you have parents that are materialistic and they're goal orientated and they birth a child to kind of advance their own kind of comfort goals and under the guise of giving their child a better life coming from a different country, it's a rough existential crisis to try and process that shit. And that's why I battle with that shit, because I find a hard time finding purpose, genuine purpose that isn't motivated by personal gain. And I'm just kind of stuck here because real raw no bullshit, I'm too much of a pussy to pull the trigger. Right? So I've been there, done that. I've tried it. And so I'm stuck here. And it's I'll do these improvements on my weight and shit. And I'll find a new job after I quit my last. Cause I don't want to live a miserable life. No one likes discomfort. So it's one of those things where you have no choice because it's rooted deep inside of you. So if I could say anything else, fucking I wish life was optional, where if someone at the conception had a choice, it would have been a lot better because you wouldn't be brought into into circumstances that you
Let's
can't
say
control.
Before I go on I have a whole bunch to say, but let's say let's bring a hypothetical being that's not born yet into this, and they go, "Hey,
Okay.
would you like to live or would you like to not live?" What do you think they would pick? Set all your perspectives aside and live in the consciousness of this being that has not.
Motherfucker, you're alive, dude.
I wish I wasn't. Oh, if I
Hello.
could say.
That you're alive, dude. I met him
Hello.
on a drinking night. I don't know if you remember me. Oh, I can already hear the bottle.
I'm
I
shit
was like,
faced.
no way. And we got belligerently wasted. I mean, like, this guy was fucked up. First time I see you online again.
I'm on the weekends.
Let's
Yes,
go.
Ooh,
Fucking go.
let me stand up. Oh,
Alright.
shit.
You know, my trackers are being
The
stupid.
problem?
I'll stand up too. My fucking ass hurts.
Oof. Yeah, my
Hey, I
butt
got a
hurts.
question.
Shit.
Do you guys, what kind of trackers do you guys have?
I have
2.0.
Vive 3.0s. I have elbow trackers.
Okay, you have 2.0s.
It might be 3.0 actually. I don't remember.
I have 2.0s with extended battery packs, and I'm having the issue right now where my trackers want to connect to like the same dongle. Do you know how to fix that?
I do not.
When I bought my trackers, they all I had 3 trackers
Hello.
and 3 dongles, and they ended up connecting.
Are you still doing the
That's
podcast?
all I know.
I am, yeah.
That's how it works
Yeah, I
for me,
meant
and
to
then
tell
they
you,
pop up for some reason.
I do a podcast where I like interview people one-on-one and like ask them questions about their life, and that's actually what I'm doing with this nice fella right
Oh my
here.
god, I'm so sorry.
No, you're totally fine.
Sorry.
You are totally fine. I'm
Just tell me,
sorry.
Don't worry about it. Where's my fucking cover drop?
I kept you for a long time.
No, don't even worry about it, dude. This is like it's a
I appreciate you talking to me.
RNG encounter.
So,
Shit, dude. Like, yeah.
all right, I'm gonna subsidize. I don't know if that's right. I'm gonna push away the whole question I had about like a being. Do you mind scooting back just a little bit?
Oops. There we go. Wait, fix this fucking tracker. There we go.
You didn't ask to be born, but guess what? This is kind of crazy. All right. No, and I know this is gonna be obvious, but nobody asks to be born.
No.
Nobody. And nobody gets to
Yeah?
choose. Nobody gets to choose like where we originate from, which is also RNG. But you know what we do get to choose? And you you are, I feel like you're halfway there, brother. You recognize the flaws of your family, you know, and you recognize the flaws of yourself, you know, and you recognize the things that could be different, you know, and that is half the fucking battle right there. The other half now is doing the things to live a better, healthy, happy life. And that's arguably way harder to figure out. So, dude, like,
Fair enough.
I didn't choose to be born. I went through an existential crisis in the sense of, like, why did I originate where I originated? Why? Why did I, like, why do I get dealt the hands I've been dealt? You know? Right? And that shit just causes us to spiral. So now I have to switch my semantics and be, and I stay with me here. I have to switch I have to switch my semantics now, and I have to say, okay, I've been dealt the hands I've been dealt. What do I do to you know, be satisfied with my life? You know, or what do I, not necessarily satisfied, because like a lot of people push to try to be happy, but that's wrong. Don't push to be happy, you know, push to be productive, there's many things, right?
Productive for a society that I didn't ask to be born into.
Exactly.
Productive,
but
for
I
a
didn't
world
either.
that's fucked up.
But
Have you ever heard of the term antinatalist?
the other thing you said too is I have a hard time like living without my personal gain, or like something like that. You said something like that, but isn't that kind of what we're all doing? we're all living for our personal gain in some kind of selfish way.
Right.
You know?
I have a hard time like living with like no fucking purpose other than like being born to a life you can't choose. Like, look, you asked a question. You were like, if you were offered the chance to say no to being born, you know, what would you say? And the problem is there's context. If you were given a snapshot of the world in its current state at the time of your birth, and you could say no, I would have fucking spammed the fucking no button if I'd known what shithole I was getting into, bro. I don't want to be an anchor
I think
baby.
most people would.
That's
most people fear living.
Like,
in that perspective.
So right. So it's just like, here I am, too scared of achieving that goal, right? To a degree, it makes me a hypocrite, right? Because, I wish I wasn't born, but at the same time, I'm too much of a bitch to fucking pull the trigger. And now I'm complaining about the life I have, even though there are homeless people sleeping probably 100 feet away from my house underneath the overpass, right? Like, who am I to bitch, right?
You have a reason to. I have a reason to complain about my problems, and there's a time and place for that. You know, it's with the healthy friends, or even just ourselves. You know, to you know. Like there are time and places where we can speak our mind, and I mean that's kind of why I do this podcast, is for people to speak their mind, you know. But yeah, man.
Will you let me go into the restroom and pick up my Amazon package?
Of course, I heard the Alexa thing. Yeah, do your thing, brother.
You heard it? Yeah.
When you come back, we'll start wrapping this up.
100%.
Yeah, man, this is, I don't know. Like, this guy's been dealt the hand he's been dealt, but, like, he has so much fucking opportunity, you know? And, like, he's there, like, it's like, I can see him, like, realizing that, and then not, like, being able to, like, go through with it. Also, hello. He's AFK right now. I need to pick up a package, but he'll be back.
All right, I moved as fast as I could.
Oh, you're totally fine. Welcome back.
I might have made a mess in the kitchen, but that's a sober me problem.
I heard a lot of crashing and banging.
Did you actually hear it? Oh my god.
A little bit.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, you're fine. Hey, scoot back in here, brother.
All right, cool. Ooh. I mean, we're drinking everything.
After everything we've talked about, how are you feeling? You know, how are you feeling right now?
You know what? A part of me feels good that what I said will be immortalized in your podcast, because, like, the digital era is here. What you post will be here for a very long time. So for
you're probably gonna get your own episode. I'm not gonna lie. I normally do, like, when I do this podcast, I normally, like, do anything from, like, 10 to, like, 30 minutes ish of a discussion, like that other couple that was here, right? That's normally how long these conversations go. But when I really when I really dig in and, like, talk to people that I'm, like, really interested in, and, like, not to diminish, like, the other conversations I have with people, but, like, when I really have, like, questions for people and I'm interested about, like, who they are, then it goes on. And sometimes people have their own. Like, I'll do multiple conversations in an episode, but if I really, like, have longer conversations with somebody, then they get their own episode. So it's probably going to be you.
Shit. How special do I feel?
I like fucking talking to you, brother. What do I call you? What's your name?
That right there.
How do I pronounce that?
However you, I will tell you the same thing. You pronounce it however you want, and that's how I will accept it.
Yatin J. I'll just call you Yat.
That's fine by me.
Yeah, I like talking to you. I think you're a chill motherfucker.
I'll tell you what, I'm not even drunk yet. I got sober getting my fucking package.
Yeah, is there any
in the kitchen?
Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to talk about before we wrap up our discussion? Is there anything you would like to say to anyone who might listen to this before we wrap up our discussion?
If I could say anything that's relevant to people listening to this, fuck everything that I talked about. That's midlife shit when you're in your mid-20s shit, right? Obviously, if I'm going to say anything, it's going to be, when it comes to e-dating, bro, you think you know a person until you move in with them. Or until you try to move in with them and you find out they don't have the fucking balls to move in with you. And then everything you thought you'd built up over the years of e-dating comes crashing down. And it's going to be a rude awakening for this next generation of people e-dating that don't know that they live with family who is very protective. And it sucks because it's going to form a new generation of heartache. And that's what scares me the most, is what comes after that. You know, will e-dating drop, and then like people just, you know, like what are the unintended consequences of that? So shit.
I think that goes back to what we talked about at first with like the individual person has to recognize these things before it comes to terms to that, you know. Get to know somebody's family within 6 months, you know, like be with that person physically within 6 months, 3 months even, like, you know, ask them questions about their life, you know, how like, you know, how were they raised? What are their goals, you know? Where do they see themselves in 5 years? What are, like, speak your boundaries, you know? You know, what do you like? What do you dislike? What's your love language? You know, what's, I mean, I could go on. Do you want to have kids? Do you want to start a family? Who takes on the finances? Who takes on, where are our roles in our living space if we were to live together, you know? What do our families think of each other?
Do you leave the toilet seat up every time you use the bathroom? Extension.
Well, yeah, but that's why you talk it out.
Ketchup on the cap.
Yeah, but that's right? Why I want, the next relationship I have, if I can really get like the next like relationship that turns into a commitment for me, I'm gonna ask them like, let's do monthly check-ins. What we dislike, what we like that we're doing right with each other, you know, what are we doing wrong with each other, you know, things we can do. Let's not necessarily challenge each other, but let's just check on each other and see if we're being good partners for each other, you know. Because if you truly unconditionally love someone, then you will do the things you need to do for them and they'll do the things they need to do for you. You know?
Raw honesty, no fucking beating around the bush. That's what fucking kills me, is like, you can't fucking tell me that you don't feel comfortable enough with letting me in your personal life to tell me about what's going on in your life and shit. Like, you just let me do all the talking. Oh,
but if you're not comfortable with that, then that's a whole other discussion. If depending on when this happened, like, because it sounds like this was something that happened to you, you know, those are things that need to be talked about. You know, fresh into months into a relationship. You know,
like shit, like a relationship dies, but you revive as a friendship, and then it's like, can we still be friends? Is the biggest question. And then it's like, when it's one-sided, dude, that hurts the most. And you have that moment of self-realization, like all the shit that I got you, all the fucking conversations that I had with you. You don't want me in your life because you're not letting me know what's going on in your life. I'm doing all the talking. So these fucking red flags that you have to look out for until eventually you ask this person, do you want me in your life or not?
That's the ultimate question right there. And not only is it, I had one of my best friends said this too. She was also on the podcast. Her and her fiance. But she said, yeah, like, you will die for me, but would you live for me too? So
100%.
Yeah,
why I just have such a fucking sour taste in my mouth about e-dating, bro. Like, it's I'm glad for the people that it works out for, but
the reason it doesn't work out is because I think it pools into real dating, you know? Like there's a lot of the same problems. It's miscommunications, you know, it's people diving into relationships too quickly, you know, and it's people not covering, you know, a checklist of things that they're looking for in the qualities of someone prior to actually, like, they're not fully getting to know somebody before they commit to a relationship, and that's why you see so many relationships fail. Is because people go into a relationship on a whim and hope it works when it should be the other way around. You got to go in with security.
100%. It's that lack of due diligence. It's like when someone tells me they're interested in me, but I've barely known you, or at least barely talked to you seriously for much more over than a week. It's like, all right, bro, so you live with family. You get paid this much. Your dad is paralyzed, so you're taking care of him. It's like you have all these obligations and whatnot, right? What you're talking about is straight up carnal desire. Like, you find me hot, but we're not like compatible.
Right.
As a fucking,
I speak all the things I speak because I learned the hard way. Part of that's on me. You know, I had unhealthy habits. You know, if a past relationship like was too intense for me, instead of speaking that and speaking my boundary, I just emotionally shut down. You know, it created distance. You know, but now I have to be like, hey, I can't communicate with you in a healthy way if you're gonna yell at me. You know.
Oh, you want to talk about yelling? I found out I cry when I get yelled at.
Well, yeah, man.
I found that out. Yeah, it's like shit. You learn shit about yourself.
And that's where monthly check-ins come in, so that we don't get to a point where we break down because we can't talk to each other.
Communication is the
solves just the concept of communication solves these issues. 95% of people's problems in relationships is because they can't communicate in a healthy way. You know, and then own up to the obligations that they have. And this goes both ways. These are the roles you create. You know, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. You know, like, or a person, just a person in general. You know,
man or a woman, guy or a guy, female or female. It goes both ways.
Commitments in relations aren't supposed to be this easy fantasy thing. They're real, and we have problems and we have flaws.
We have problems with it because it's glorified in all kinds of media, like the perfect relationship, and
I agree.
like, oh, I could just date you for 3 years. Oh, I've known you for 3 years. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be
Sure.
amazing. And then you
Yeah.
actually try to live with that person. It's like, oh, my family's gatekeeping me. They won't let me leave the house. They won't let me see you. You got to wait outside my house for 3 hours just to get a chance to see me because grandma's over. Grandma's in town. You can't, I'm projecting here. Obviously, you can tell,
Right.
but
Don't invite somebody over if that's the case. You have to go somewhere on your own accord. Yeah.
oh,
Dude, we're gonna spiral right back into it.
we will spiral.
Yeah.
Straight up, bro.
I'm gonna end the like podcast side of our talk.
You know what? It
But I'm
feels
willing
like
to
the last sentence I'll say. The last sentence I'll say. Have you ever seen the movie Interstellar?
I have.
I'm Matthew McConaughey. I'm seeing these young couples.
Oh, you're in the singularity.
Like, no!
Yeah, you're in the black hole.
Don't do
Merv,
it! No!
Don't let me leave, Merv.
Fuck!
Don't let me go, Merv. That's funny.
No! Don't date that person. No.
Yeah. Yeah, how we feeling right now? I had a really good talk with you. I just want to tell you that. I'm not gonna lie, like these talks, I love talking to people about this kind of stuff, you know. And I know it can be kind of bleak. I know it can be kind of sad, you know. And these are hard talks to have with strangers, especially live to a bunch of people. But like, they're real, you know, and that should be encouraged to talk about real stuff, you know. So
change the face of VR chat media.
Every time I do this podcast, I have no idea who I'm gonna run into, and I'm really happy I ran into you, brother.
Hell yeah, bro! I'm just trying to cope. You know what I'm saying?
I hear
24/7.
Let's switch our copium to hopium. How's that sound?
Yay! You know.
Yeah, brother.
Yay! It's not a negative note. I got a new job. Yay.
Exactly. Hopium. Give yourself some hopium.
I will try.
Yeah.
Jake, it was nice to meet you.
I'm gonna end this podcast. I'm gonna do my shitty, like, douchey influencer outro, but right after that, I'm down to like hang it, spin the wheel or something, and just shoot the shit and hang with my buddies and stuff. But if you gotta go, then go do your thing. So.
Dude, no, that was a nice use of time. I'll tell you what. I have no regrets.
Hell yeah. All right, yeah. You have a good rest of your night, brother. I'll catch you later.
You too. See ya, see ya, see ya.
See ya. Wow. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Practically a Podcast. I do podcast nights every Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to be on the podcast and you're in VR chat, you're 18 years old or over, you can join the Practically a Podcast VR chat group by searching up on the website or in-game Practically a Podcast, or looking up the code PRCPOD.3644. And then you can get notified when I am doing podcast nights, when they are live. You will also get notified when episodes come out. So you can find the podcast. If you're listening to this on YouTube, the podcast is also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, what else? iHeart Podcasts, I guess, if you do that shit. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram at JakePhobia. You can find me on TikTok, JakePhobia Guy. And you can find me on YouTube at JakePhobia Guy. Okay, bye.